Lately, I have been having a ton of conversations with buyers. And one thing that keeps coming up over and over again is this: what should I do? Not necessarily what house should I buy, not necessarily where should I live, just what should I do? Should I buy now? Should I wait? Should I keep renting? Should I keep saving? Should I hold off until something changes? And the more conversations I have, the more I realize that many buyers haven't given up on the idea of home ownership. They're just struggling to figure out what the right next step is. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is Allison Hammonds. I am a Las Vegas realtor, and each week I share real conversation, insights, and observations about buying, selling, and living in Las Vegas. Now, my goal is to help you make informed decisions and better understand the market. Whether you're thinking about buying your first home, selling a property, or relocating to Southern Nevada. One of the biggest struggles buyers are dealing with right now is figuring out what they're supposed to do next. And that's what I want to talk about today. Now, one thing I find myself discussing quite a bit with buyers is the amount of information people are trying to process. Everywhere you turn, someone has an opinion. Friends have opinions. Family members have opinions. Social media has opinions. The news has opinions. And before long, buyers start feeling like they're getting pulled in 10 different directions. One person says buy now, another says wait. One person says home values are going up, and another says they're coming down. And after having enough conflicting information, many people end up doing nothing at all. Not because they don't want to buy, not because they aren't interested, but because they don't know who or what to believe. Now, another concern that comes up frequently is affordability. Many buyers are looking at home prices, monthly payments, insurance, utilities, and everyday expenses, and asking themselves if homeownership is still realistic. That's a very fair question. Now, for some people, the answer may be yes. For others, it may be not yet. The challenge is that many buyers are trying to answer those questions on their own without first gathering all of the information they need. They may not know what loan programs are available. They may not know what they qualify for. They may not know what their monthly payment could actually look like. And that's where having the right professionals around you becomes so important. Another thing I hear quite a bit has nothing to do with the market at all. It's life. People are concerned about their jobs. They're concerned about their future plans. They're concerned about whether they'll still be in the same position a year from now. And I completely understand that. I go through the same things. Buying a home is a significant decision, and people want to feel confident before taking that step. Now, sometimes waiting truly is the right decision, and sometimes more time is needed. The important thing is understanding why you're waiting. Are you waiting because you have a specific goal you're working toward? Or are you waiting because you're overwhelmed and don't know where to start? Those are two very different situations. I also think many buyers are putting a tremendous amount of pressure on themselves to make the perfect decision. They want the perfect house, the perfect timing, the perfect monthly payment, the perfect market, the perfect deal. And while there's nothing wrong with wanting to make a very smart decision, perfection can sometimes become the very thing that keeps people from moving forward in anything. I've learned that most successful buyers don't have every answer before they begin. What they do have is a plan. They understand their goals, they understand their budget, they understand what they're comfortable with, and they understand what needs to happen before they're ready to move forward. Now, one thing I want to be very clear about is that my job as a realtor is not to convince you or convince anyone to buy a home. There are absolutely situations where waiting may be the better decision. My job is to ask questions, to understand your goals, to understand your timeline, to understand what's important to you, and then help you determine what makes the most sense based on your situation. Now, at the same time, I work very closely with trusted lending partners here in the Las Vegas market. They're a critical part of the process because they help buyers understand the financing side of homeownership and what options may actually be available to them. Together, we're able to help people understand the full picture and create a plan that works for them. And that's really what I hope you take away from this video. If homeownership is something you've been thinking about, don't let uncertainty stop you from having a conversation. That conversation doesn't mean you're buying tomorrow. It doesn't mean you're making an offer next week. It simply means you're gathering information and learning what options may be available to you. Because whether your timeline is 3 months, 6 months, or even a year from now, having a plan will always put you in a better position than feeling stuck. Now, if I can leave you with one thought, it's this. Don't give up on the idea of homeownership simply because you don't have all the answers today. The first step isn't buying a home. The first step is creating a plan. And thank you so much for watching. If you have questions about buying a home in Las Vegas, I'd love to be that resource for you. And if you found this video helpful at all, be sure to subscribe for more conversations about buying, selling, and living in Las Vegas. Thank you so much for sticking with me today. I hope this conversation gave you a little more clarity and confidence moving forward. Until next time, take care of yourself and God bless.